professor at CSDS, a well-known psephologist. Sanjay Kumar, what are you picking up? We can't do exit polls, we can't do opinion polls, the election is still on, there's another phase on Monday. But I wanted to ask you that eternal question that fascinates me. How do you see the turnout today? It's almost 7% less than than the last assembly election. What does a lower turnout tell you necessarily?
Nidhi, I think without looking at the evidence, a theory has been built up and this has been floating for the last many decades. A lower turnout is an indication of pro-incumbency and a higher turnout is an indication of anti-incumbency. I must tell you that I have analyzed the data over last several decades, and I have looked at the assembly election results and the turnout of almost 400 assembly elections over last several decades, and the story comes out very, very clear that there is no straight relationship. Turnouts have gone down, governments have got re-elected and governments have got voted out, and the vice versa. The point I'm trying to say is that let's not read too much on the lower turnout. First, you have already mentioned right at the beginning that there are chances of revision in the when we get the final figure. This will certainly go up, but I think still this turnout will be less than what we have seen in these localities which went to poll today compared to 2017. But I don't see this as an indication of pro-incumbency or anti-incumbency. If I would go by whatever I have been looking at, the mood of the people in the Gujarat earlier, even if it was a higher turnout or lower turnout, I am not going to interpret these in terms of how people have voted. I think, in my opinion, you were asking this question to Raghav, that whether the fight is for the number 2 and number 3 position. In my opinion, it is really a fight for number 2 and number 3 position between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress. And in my opinion, BJP is ahead, far ahead in the electoral race.